day, gardeners. I'm finally doing another tour after I think 3 weeks ago or more, and so I'll show you all the updates that I've done since that time that I just didn't record, and anything that I didn't show you blooming. I have some photos that I can put up, and then I'll tell you about my plans for the front. So actually I'm going to start in the front. So this is my front entrance, and I've done a few things that are different. I think you saw me plant these pansies for early spring when it was really cold still at night, and now they're starting to get a little too hot, so I'll be switching those out for some that I just purchased yesterday. I've got some it's kind of like, it looks like Surefire Red Begonias, but I don't know what it actually is because they're not proven winners. Oh, there it is. So yeah, just red begonias, red leaf. And then I have some sweet potato vines. This one is Sweet Caroline Red Hawk, Sweet Caroline Light Green. Then I have some Color Blaze Torchlight Coleus, 2 of those. And for the center, a Color Blaze Royal Pineapple Brandy. All right, so I'll be putting those up tomorrow in the container. I don't know what I'll do with the pansies. And this, I had to buy a lentil rose hellebore, a replacement one, because the one that was right here, it didn't survive from last year. I'm not sure why. It gets more sun there, maybe. So I have a hellebore there with spent blooms, and one right there. This one's a little too close. I should have put it anyway. Oh yeah, so one thing I did is I removed all of the irises back here. They just flop over because they probably don't get enough sun. They only get morning sun. And so it's pretty empty back there. And I was thinking instead is if I put something that blooms early and that contrasts in color. So I thought I would go pick up some Brunnera. And I really like the idea of getting the stained glass Brunnera and putting it back there. And you would only see it really in the spring when there's not a lot of leaves yet on the hydrangeas. These are limelights. And so they would, only really be noticeable. And then they would just take room up so that there wouldn't be as much weeding to do. So yeah, and then my heuchera is doing really well in the front here and on the other side. That's my neighbor's peonies. Aren't they beautiful? They're like so big and bushy, but they have to tie them up because they want to fall over because this is a shaded area. But yeah, I also unfortunately can tell that I have some sort of little critter living under my step. I don't know if it's like chipmunks or a rat or something, but yeah. So this little area, I tried to take the grass out unsuccessfully, and I am putting in some 2 different colored hostas and a more purple heuchera. And you remember I put this kind of not the best looking shrub. It's serviceberry pillar shrub, and I don't love it, I gotta say, but I'm trying to give it a new shot in this spot. Maybe it just shouldn't transfer well. You can't even see it really. Okay, so it bloomed white blooms in the spring and it was kind of pretty, but it's like, where's all the foliage down here? It's crazy leggy. Maybe it's just stressed out. I don't know. Look, there's some berries. It's like Saskatoon berry also is what it's called. I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm doing in the front yard, mind the cars going by, it's a busy street, is I'm going to take more grass out when I am strong or / hire someone, because this grass is so difficult to pull out. It's nothing like the backyard. And I'm going to come big swoop down here, meet up back to the regular area, and another round, and then meet up where this yellow flowering perennial is. I don't want to go all the way to the end because this is a huge slope and I need the grass to contain the soil. And then on the main grass part, which I haven't really been taking care of the grass. You can tell it looks like chinch bugs or something, but it's too early for chinch bugs. But anyways, I don't like grass anyway. I was maintaining it for years and years and years, but I'd rather put perennials. So right here, like I said, I was gonna put a swoop here, up, swoop, down. And then it makes a kind of perfect spot to put a huge kidney shaped garden right here. So I gotta take out all that grass. We'll see. I really do want to hire someone. I just find it's like hard to find someone to hire, to be honest. So that's the front. Now we're gonna walk. This is my little car. Oh, I got this new thing. So it's not like the one in the back, which is, I forget, but I'll show it to you. This one's Canadian. And it's got a smaller hose and it's lighter to pull out. But I find that if you don't pull it out really, really far, it doesn't retract as well. Like if you just pull it out a little bit, it doesn't want to retract. You have to like pull it out really far. But I still love it way better than having to coil up a hose, because that's annoying. We're gonna see Coco down here. Hi, bud. Hi. All right, so this is just the side yard with the lovely coverage here. I park my car here in the winter, but in the summer it becomes a little patio if I want, you know, full shade. It does get sun here a little bit, but only after 3-4 p.m. I brought my house plant in. What is this, like a, is this a prayer plant? Because it wasn't getting, I don't know, it wasn't getting enough love in the house. Not enough sun, I think. We'll see how it does outside. So the flowers here stopped blooming, but now I've got the yellow sedum acre flowers that are starting to bloom, and I love that. I love that when this creeping phlox is done blooming, it's purple flowers, then the yellow one steps in. So it's kind of like there's always something flowering as a ground cover here. You'll notice a big hole here. I ended up having powdery mildew on this pulmonaria, so I had to cut it way down, and it does fill this whole space. So, you know, powdery mildew, right? Like I was spraying it, but it wasn't enough. And there's a hole here because I got rid of, or I took out these strawberries and I put them in our vegetable beds. So here I put a little bit of tall phlox. That will take some time to, because they were just volunteer tall phlox. I had a bunch of volunteers this year, so I put some in there. Free plants, yay. What's blooming, what's blooming? Isn't that pretty? Dianthus. I got one, I should say, flower here in the clematis. You didn't see this, but I did plant a secondary clematis here and a secondary clematis to go with that one, and I made it so they alternate on when they bloom. So one's in the spring, one's in the midsummer, and I think that is a good idea. I don't know. We got the lupin. We got some salvia. And this is it kind of fell down because we had a lot of rain, so it broke the stems, unfortunately, but it was kind of blooming for like a month anyways, so it did its job really, really well. And once these are gone, or I can stake them up, but once they're gone, I cut them back, and then they re-bloom in a second flush after like 3 weeks, I guess. The penstemon is all budded up. That's Midnight Masquerade penstemon, and that's pink profusion salvia, and I don't know what the lupins are. And then I have some Sunseeker, some sort of sedum. Okay, so these bloomed out, but I'll throw a picture up. This is like, oh, there's one. Wait, never mind. There's one. It's a beautiful clematis. It's called Blue something, and it's lovely. And then I bought more profusion salvias. I got a white one and another pink one, and it's because this is my hibiscus plant. Sorry for the shadow. And it just takes so long to fill this space up because hibiscus are slow to grow and start growing. And originally I had these Asiatic lilies in orange to like, oh, those will bloom early and they'll fill up the space, but they're not filling up space. They're not spreading at all, and all the weeds are just coming in, and I hate that look, right? So I'm like, no, I need something that's like more lush and also early blooming. So the salvia will bloom. I'll cut it back, and then that's whenever the hibiscus will take over, because the space is so empty now that the rose is gone. There was like a rose right here, and it died over the winter. I also tried to back plant. I moved my Caesar's Brothers Siberian iris that was all the way in the shade, and I brought it here in the sun. So I'm hoping one day I'll actually see a bloom. It's like 3 years and I haven't seen a single bloom because it was in like full shade. It was my own fault. And on this side, the hostas are really growing big, so I had to rearrange a few things. These were fine, the rearranging. I didn't really need to. I feel like this one's kind of overtaking the painted fern, but the painted fern does get taller, so it's fine. I had to completely redo this area because there's so much grass growing in it. Grass, it's the worst weed ever. So I gutted it and then moved this heuchera that was like under there, moved it out, added a new volunteer heuchera, and hopefully the ground cover will just spread again, because it was just full of grass. It was just full of grass. Oh, squirrel chaser. Okay, so down this side here, this is my south facing side. I would have to say it probably gets the most sun, and it gets morning sun, so it's a bit ideal. But because of my tree growing, not my tree, my neighbor's tree, it's a silver maple. It grew a lot this way this year, and I found that I get a lot less sun, so I don't think I even get 6 whole hours. I think I get just like 5, but that's okay. So yeah, some irises that chose not to bloom this year, some really tall phlox, a thuja, fire chief. I've got some artemisia, silver king, and poking out there beautifully is the cat's pajamas nepeta. This is going to be a echinacea of some sort, I forget which one. And then I have Sweet Kate spiderwort, and I think it likes more shade because all the flowers are wilting from the heat, but the leaves seem to love the sun because this is the biggest it's ever been. Also, this heuchera is the biggest it's ever been. I cut way back this incredible hydrangea, and it did get a lot of like those worm damage things, but it's coming out fine. It's got some buds. I might have to stake it. It looks like it grew taller than I wanted it to, but we'll see. I got some irises here with a nice bluish foliage, which I love. And also I did put some here, but they didn't take and they rotted out. I'm trying to, like, once they're done blooming, I'll move them this way because it almost holds up the hydrangea heavy blooms, because these are so sturdy, these leaves. So if I kind of put them there, they sort of holds them up. This is the first time I've seen my Veronica Speedwell grow so tall. That's interesting. So I have 2 clumps here. I don't even know which color they are because I did separate them and put them everywhere, like along this border here, but only these 2 took, it seems. Boulder blue fescue, some more heucheras, a weed. Constantly weeding these types of weeds, whatever they are. There's the penstemon blooming, Midnight Masquerade. I got some tall phlox there, tall phlox here, different variety. It's like hot pink. More penstemon. At the back I have some delphiniums that I can't believe are growing. Some more tall phlox. These are leftover alliums, which I keep because they're, I don't know, interesting to look at. Oh, something's suffering in the sun. Oh, this really high maintenance hydrangea. It's a macrophylla. It's called Endless Summer, meaning it blooms on old wood and new wood. This is the old wood blooms. What's that bug? I don't know. Looks like a cucumber beetle, but it's not. Anyways, it does have a lot of buds, so I'm happy that I, brought all the canes down. You have to cover it up for for the winter. It's so high maintenance because it's right on zone 5, which to us, USD zone 5 is really like a 6. So it's only really root hardy unless you super protect it, which I did. I didn't make it for the peonies. Sorry guys. They were pretty, but they only last like 5 days. Gosh, maybe a week, maybe a whole week. So in this area here, it's like sunny and shade, like part sun, part shade. So I decided I wanted something yellow and just 3x3. So I got this Anna's Magic Ball Thuya or cedar globe. So that should take up that little space right there. And then these are, I think I showed this last time, but Silver Lining and Artemisia, sorry. And this one is a heuchera called I Spy. It's got really cool veining. So I obviously love to line a border here. Yeah, this bluegrass is not working very well. Okay, my shadow's not helping. Yeah, I have problems with grasses in my yard. Maybe it's too wet? I'm not sure. All right, this is the first year I'm allowing my smoke bush to smoke, because usually it's like I'm scared of how big it gets, so I cut it back every year, every fall or spring, but this time I didn't. So I'm gonna get some blooms, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it gets really big, but how beautiful is that? It's so purple. And again, it's like shaded, right? It's part shade area. I have some more tall phlox back there to replace these delphiniums, which will eventually just die off. I guess they only last 2-3 years unless they reseed themselves. So under the smoke bush, I have some pansies that I'm surprised they're lasting this long. They usually die off after 3, 4, or 5 years. And then this is Coreopsis. That takes a minute. Got some heuchera, some kind of cloa grass. This, they're not budded up yet, but it's Anarda. Oh, there's a little dead space here, unfortunately. Yeah. So I had another light colored heuchera here. It died. And then also the Pulmonaria died. So something happened here over the winter. So I brought a piece of Pulmonaria from the other side of the garden to replace it. And I guess it's doing okay. Some more Artemisia. I've got Black-Eyed Susan, white Admiral Phlox, some Scarlet Bee Balm at the back. Okay, this is tricking your eye because this is a potted plant I just bought yesterday. It's called Canadian Blue, and it's got the same blue as my Abiqua drinking gourd, only the leaf shape is different. This one captures water. This drinking gourd, you can see the leaf is like a cup, and this one doesn't. But they both grow the same size. So what happened was that, as you can see, this Abiqua drinking gourd, I feel like it's now, 5 years old, and it's just getting too big for the space. And so I split it, and I tried to put this one here, but it's so leggy that it's like obviously not looking good. I would almost have to cut it right down and it would restart. But I also think that Abiqua drinking gourd, grows bigger. Oh, you okay, Bean? Grows bigger than this one. Sorry, this one's like, I don't know, like 3 inches smaller. Not much smaller, but small enough. I'm going to split this in half, put them here, take these, bring them in the front yard. So they can actually have the space they need to grow, because I feel like the hydrangea is just going to get bigger and bigger and wider. And so if these are just tucked underneath and they don't grow more upwards, they grow more like wide and flat, I think that's a better choice. And I still love the blue. So rearranging thing, that's okay. My ostrich ferns got a little crazy and I had to cut a lot down. Again, they were overtaking this hydrangea. But that's because I cut back the hydrangea hard, as you probably saw in a previous video. Bird. So we got some echinacea there. We have a really stunning show of my mandarin honeysuckle vine that I train onto some, honestly, like I've been training it onto a bunch of different things, like literally through the fence lines, onto this thing. Sometimes I have not wire, but just twine that I try to attach it to. It's a bit of a hot mess, but I had to cut a lot off. Like it's aggressive, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. Oh, let me put this back. You stay there. I'm gonna do the planting tomorrow. I'll do another video. Gumdrops Euchera. It has this pretty silver finish. I do highly recommend it. I think it's gorgeous. And Jacob's Ladder is like 7 years old, doing great. It bloomed little blue flowers. It's really cute. Euchera is not doing that great, but I might have to rearrange this area anyways, because you'll probably be like, what's that? So this is a pot I just bought yesterday. It's a potted plant, that I'm gonna eventually plant in. And it's a Weigela, Midnight Wine Shine Weigela. So it's got that shiny dark leaf. It's got pink flowers in the spring. And it's replacing something you can't even see because it blends in so easily. This had white and yellow flowers. It's an azalea and it's woody. You can tell it's about 3 years old. And I'm gonna move it because I find there's just too much green foliage here and I need something red to break up the green. So I have like the blue, the green, that just turns all green, like the exact same green as the shrub. So if I bring in something that's pretty dark, I think I'll have to move this over and then it'll be right here, the shrub. So yeah, I'll be moving that. And yeah, some more of the doubles. That is the Black-Eyed Susan. Oh yeah, let me back up a bit here. Oh, I can't back up anymore. I have to physically back up. Okay, so yeah, so I'll have, green shrub. I do have a red shrub. You just can't see it from my angle right here. It's a 9-bark. Then I have this beautiful thing here. It is a dappled willow that doesn't dapple pink for some reason. It only dapples white, which is fine. I think it really is a bright look for back here. And then I have, the purple leaf thing here, and then a green one and some blue. So, it's kind of like, you gotta think about the foliage. What's that in there? Oh, I think that's an echinacea I plopped in there for some reason. Well, there we have it. Some sedums that are still not really growing as profusely as I want. They're supposed to fill a space there. And some blue spruce sedum there. Like, that's blue spruce sedum. So I'm just waiting. What's going to fill it up first is that Lamian. Because that stuff spreads. I got some more bee balm there, same as the other kind. I don't remember what variety this is. I know I have it written down in my Pinterest board, but it's got this really like blue tone and purple veining, which is really cool. And obviously flowers pink later. I put in this space, this was the cedar globe that was flattened and broken in the middle. So I had to get rid of it. Now there's a huge hole. So I had some volunteer phlox, of course, and I had a volunteer, what is this? I think it's Black-Eyed Susans. So I don't want Black-Eyed Susans. So I'll probably take that and move it somewhere else. I don't mind the phlox here though, because my phlox usually spreads really fast. So the phlox will fill this space and we'll do like probably pink blooms up here. There's the 9-bark doing really great. Starting to shoot up with its little variegation. Very pretty. My usual Brennera, like the Jack Frost one. I only have Jack Frost Brennera right now. I do want to get the stained glass though for the front yard. Just a couple of heucheras here, some more pansies. They're so cute. This is my Firelight hydrangea, and I cut it way back, so it was too leggy before. So it's better now, but when I cut it all the way back, just like the other corner, the ostrich ferns were like, it's our time. Because under these ostrich ferns, there's scarlet bee balm. And Scarlet Bee Balm is, you know, not weak. Like, they'll definitely fight for the spot. This is the mother plant of the other Japanese painted fern. It's called like Gigantor, or it's the one that's like a giant. Oh yeah, a bunch of these came around and decided to self-seed everywhere. What are this called? Columbine. They're cute. I find they're little though. There's some blue ones at the garden center that I might put in here because then they can like mix, and they mix, and sometimes they create a whole brand new color. It's kind of neat. So here's my shed and cocoa bean. And I did put some pansies there, but they're not suffering because this is deep, deep shade. There's absolutely no sun here, and it stays cool in this corner because we've got like this tree right here that the sun's trying to poke through. But it's even just standing here, it's cooler. So the pansies are still doing okay, you know? Eventually, though, I'll have to switch them out with something, but I don't know what. Yeah, these are autumn frost. Nope, just kidding. Wait, are they autumn frost hostas? Yeah, I think they are. There you go. And my tree's doing great. I was worried that it wasn't going to have its chartreuse new growth because this is such deep shade, but it's fine. It's fine. It brightens up the corner. We got some more Hakanakloa. Oh yeah, Dark Side of the Moon, I think finally is doing better. Oh, I get a lot of these, you guys. But they pull out so easy. Like, look, that's all roots. But man, do they spread. Like, look at... Anyways, Dark Side of the Moon, Astilbe, is finally doing better, but it's got to compete with the... something of white. Or Bridal Veil. Visions of White Astilbe or Bridal Veil Astilbe. I have to wait until it blooms to know which of the white variety it is. Oh my god, we still have blooms here. I told you this is deep shade. Everything's like late to bloom in this corner. Yay. Okay, let's talk about this situation here. It did not take well to the move. It is a laced up elderberry, and it's like hates its life right now, and it became just a stick. I had to cut off everything else that had died or is like... there was like wilting leaves on them, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just cut it right down. And I even think I'm gonna cut this down and like we'll just do a restart. I'm gonna let it do its thing this season. It's not gonna flower, like, for sure. And hopefully retrain it to grow a bit bushier. It is laced up, meaning like supposed to be tall and skinny with like 3 or 4 different stems, but anyways, it's a struggle. I don't know if I love it. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I could just get a real black lace elderberry, but I know that I would really have to be on it because they want to get huge, right? And it would just take over the whole space, so it's tricky. I was like, oh, I'll get this laced up one. It'll be like so much easier, but yeah, I just didn't like the move. All right, Black-eyed Susans, tall phlox. More tall phlox. Delphiniums that I'm surprised are trying to grow. A different variety of Monarda. It's like a lighter pink. Excuse me. And, oh yeah, some Artemisia Silver Mound. There's my boxwood. I'm not shaping it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not really a formal garden kind of area. That lupin is doing great, eh? Like, hi. I'm a happy lupin. He'll spread out so big by midsummer that will take up all that room. That's just another hosta that has to put on some growth. Some salvia here, cardamia, I think it's called, just starting to bloom. I got an echinacea here, not sure what color it is. I think it's pink. There, back here, there's a delphinium, another one over there. Here's my tree. Nice front and center on this side of the north facing, and it's coming into its own. It didn't skip a beat. Like, this thing is practically invasive. I found like 1,000 suckers in the grass. I swear, there's like, it used to be right here, right? So there's a big long root going across the grass, and you just see them all popping up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, and I just keep pulling them out. So it's aggressive. It's not invasive. It is aggressive though. Some penstemon, Midnight Masquerade still, because again, like, it just does well in my garden. But I keep splitting it, so I have to, like, no more splitting. And then this is a blue. This is the blue color in this section. Blue Star Juniper. What's that? Oh, that's just like Carl Sedum. And that's a really pretty house, not hosta, you know what I mean. Heuchera. Some more of that. Some more of that lupin. This is the pink one. It's not as tall as the white one. Back there, I think, is another echinacea. I think it's the orange one. I don't know. I did plant in more of the woodland phlox on this side and the other side. I just forgot to show you. This is a salvia that I just bought and bloomed and is done now. I gotta cut off the blooms, so hopefully it makes more. I put a little tiny piece of this silver here because I feel like it needs silver to grow to take off the weeds, because there's so many weeds. So this silver lamian will spread fast, just like over there. And it's just gonna like take this part over so that I don't have to see those terrible weeds. This grass is new, okay guys? It's I feel like it's called like rock metal something, but it basically has a blue tinge to it because I needed something blue here, and I originally wanted to have a blue spruce weeping, but yeah, right, because it's so big. They grow so big, and they're like $300. So here I have the red shrub, but it's not putting on any growth at the moment because I had moved it just in the spring, and so I think it's adjusting its roots because it's not supposed to be this short. It's supposed to be like 6 feet round, or 6 feet, not round, like spiky. So this is going to take that. I got 2 clematis that I just planted in there. It's like the white admiral. No, not white admiral. That's a phlox. There's a white kind that blooms later, and I put the purple kind. The same purple one is over there, but it's such a baby that it didn't bloom, obviously. It will next year. Some volunteer phlox back there. Oh, I just moved some of that, but it's like sad. Anyways, it's fine. And, oh yeah, this. Okay, I'm trying a blanket flower for the 3rd time. Yeah, we'll see. Arizona sun blanket flower. It's supposed to be shorter. I had the ones that were so tall and they just flopped over, and it was really annoying. Oh yeah, did I not say? Over here I have lilies. They're like peach, and they're lilies, peach, and it looks like it's too tall for the shrub, but really the shrub's going to be like really big, so it's not. It just is right now. Here's some variegated irises, and I really just love the leaves so much that I want to get more of that. I just can't find any at the store, and I'm not ready to split this batch because it's not that big. Look, sumac. See? They just, like, I didn't get it. Like, it's definitely in there. But this sumac suckers everywhere. It's tiger eyes. It's supposed to be less aggressive, but it's not. It's definitely still very aggressive. My silver halo dogwood looks beautiful. I cut it way back so it wouldn't encroach on the patio, and look how fast it's grown. So loves its life here. It's pretty much, I think it does get 6 hours sun, to be honest with you. Here's my rose, Zephyrin Druin. It started, look at all the bugs or worms that eat. I come in here and I pick them off every flipping day. There's one right there. And I smoosh them or I flick them. Anyways, they smell so nice, these. And it had a shock to its system, right? Because the bunnies, look at all that bunny damage. So the fact that it's blooming at all and not completely dead is pretty impressive. There's a bud here. Oh look, there's a bee. Oh, sorry bee. I disrupted him or her. But there you go. Very cute. But definitely stressed out. It's stressed out from the bunny damage. So hopefully next year. I had to cut out so much, you know. All right, so that's that. Now I'll do the veggie. Gosh, I'm already at 34 minutes in. Sorry, guys. So the veggie beds are doing really great, except for a few things that I didn't anticipate. Like this broccoli getting eaten by something. I didn't know broccoli was on the lunch menu for bugs, but something. So we've been having trouble with the broccoli. We've got some Beets here, the broccoli, the carrots, and I know we have to thin them, but like I'm gonna do that eventually. We're still learning what we're supposed to do. There's sweet peas here. Oh, finally flowering. Bush beans with some flowers here. And then climbing green beans and purple beans on the trellis. On the flip side, we have second try of watermelon died because I do have critters that like to dig after I plant something. And I think the watermelons we bought, well, we did one by seed first, and it was just wilting in the cold because we did have cold nights. And so I think it died because of that. And then we bought another one from the store, and it was like pathetic, but it was the last one, and it died within like a day. I was like, oh, sugar. But this is a honeydew, and it's gonna eventually climb this up. So I might get another watermelon or pumpkin, mini pumpkin or mini watermelon. This is from my cousin Stephanie, fennel. She likes fennel. This is lettuce that we should definitely harvest right now. I think it's like you don't have to harvest the whole thing. Like you just take pieces off for your dinner or lunch, whatever, salad. This is a pepper plant, right? Yeah, red pepper. And that's a tomato. And this, sorry, spinning. This is what we have covered is like tomatoes in here. And I'm having trouble, 1 second. Okay. So we have a tomato plant, 2 here and 2 over there, and some strawberries. Oh, that strawberry is ready to be picked. Yay. And because all of the animals eat the strawberry, and then sometimes we have these black bugs on the tomatoes that I don't love, and so we're gonna stake them in here. I've got some basil that probably needs thinning over there, and then we have some cilantro that's not growing at all from seed, but we do have the dill that's working out. Okay, so I don't know what to do about the cilantro. And then this one, sorry, I need 2 hands to unzip. We've got our cucumber, and I put like this weird trellis looking thing. Well, let me see. They're flowering, but they don't have any male flowers. It's all female flowers, and that can't make a cucumber, so I'm not sure what's going on. Here we have some spinach, and then 2 more cucumbers over there. And after we harvest the spinach, or like, no, once the spinach is like almost ready to, actually, yeah, we should do it now. We're gonna do another row of spinach there, but it's so hot, I don't know if it's gonna like it. Spinach is a cool plant, right? All right, so that's our vegetables. Lastly, we have the island. You didn't get to see the lilac tree. It was beautiful. I'll throw up a picture. And I had to shear like half of it down. It was insane. It was like so big. I was worried that it would topple over. So we have some sedum, our huge heuchera. We have the mini smoke bush, a red echinacea, some disappointing dragon's blood sedum because it's not red. That's why it's disappointing. I transplanted, because it died here, so I transplanted another butterfly bush here. No, butterfly weed. Orange butterfly weed. Yeah, that's what I put there. I'm hoping it works this time, but it probably won't. That's okay. My blue spruce. This is so pretty. The sedum is called Atlantis. Spurge, which I know is maybe invasive. I'm not sure. More of that really cool 2-tone colored sedum. I can't remember the name. We got some more sedums, just ground cover. We have gray here, Prima Angelina, dragon's blood. This is white, and I think these are going to be pink Veronica Speedwell, and this is a delphinium, but like a miniature size. This is an unfortunate powdery mildew that is, I can't seem to get rid of it. I have a feeling we have to cut this way down. It's a 9-bark. It's called some Little Angel 9-bark. And I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the powdery mildew, not to transfer over winter. I think I'm gonna have to cut it right down. Another red echinacea. This is my, I thought it died, to be honest. But it survived. It is a Russian sage, and it's the kind that's the proven winner is something blue. I don't know. It'll come to me. And then here I have a salvia that I think bejeweled. It's also on the other side. I feel like this is getting overwhelmed by the sedum, and I'm always like pushing the sedum away. But I don't know, aren't they supposed to be strong enough to just push through sedum? Added some euchre there, penstemon, and then I cut way back this dianthus, and it's just not popping up. It's not Love and Life. And that's a, what is that? Euonymus. Sorry, it's just like a lot of words to remember. Oh, I just transplanted some irises, and I forgot I have a new purchase. So I did have the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta right here, and I decided to move it back because it's taller this year than I've ever seen it, and it's spilling onto the grass. So I moved it, and then this gets 3x3, and it's a Weigela. And originally I was going to put it at the back, but it needs like 8 hours of sun, and this is like, I swear, my only spot that's like, well, there also 8 hours of sun. And so I'm going to try it here because it's like still a shrub, and I want to put it as far away from other shrubs as I can in this spot, and it should grow pretty big, and it is supposed to have multicolored leaves. So I don't know, we'll see. Right now it just looks green, right? But it's establishing itself, and we did have a lot of overcast the last couple weeks, so we'll see. And of course my beautiful basin here. It's got too much water because it's rained. Yeah. Okay. Then I have the area in which I sit. Oh, here's it. Hose link. That's what it's called, guys. Hose link. 50 feet. This is thicker and it's easier to retract, but it's heavier. It is a lot harder to pull. I have a tomato and some annuals, just like petunias, on both sides. The tomato's doing pretty good. So that's nice. And this is a very comfortable seat. And I don't even remove the chairs, the seat cushions. I just put them up over, and then it rains. And honestly, the type of fabric it is kind of wicks away the water pretty well. So I'm very satisfied with, it's like one of those out sunny ones from Amazon, you know. There's so many of them. Okay, I'm still using a couple products that I like to mention. Well, they're just in bottles that I've mixed because I buy this. So insecticidal soap I will use on the aphids that I find on my honeysuckle and sometimes on the dappled willow. But I'm trying not to. Like I'm trying to be like, hey, ladybugs, join me. But I gave it like a week or 2 weeks and no ladybugs came, so I gave it a good spray and killed some of them. And then I have this garden fungicide that I spray on to get rid of the powdery mildew, to prevent powdery mildew before it happens on things like the Monarda and the phlox that are prone to it, and sometimes my peony. So, oh, I didn't even mention my 2 trees here. So I totally lollipopped this tree successfully. Yes, it is a sand cherry. And I've staked this finally, after 3 years of not staking it, to be more straight. And it is a moonglow juniper. Yes. So, I mean, yeah, it's taking a minute, right? But it's doing great. It's fun. And there's less grass, which is nice. I hate grass. Oh, I did buy new lawnmower, guys. I had the corded one and it was fine, but it was getting clunky. I found like I would have to describe it like it was almost loose, like things were loose on it, which I was looking for things to tighten, but there were no screws to tighten, and it was heavy. And now I got this one, and it's got a battery there, and the battery also works with this weed whacker, and so I love it. It also folds down so that it doesn't take a lot of room in the space here. Yeah, so I tried it, and it's the lightest one I've ever used. So I'm happy. And then the weed whacking, I've got to show you this one day. It is wild. So when I do the weed whacking, I flip it upside down like those people on YouTube that do like cut grass for a living. Yeah, I do what they do. I flip it upside down and I make a line, and it's so fast to edge. Instead of taking like 3 hours to edge the garden beds every spring, it took me 10 minutes. I was like so impressed. So that's it for the tour. It was a very long tour. You can watch these things in 2 times or even 3 times, I think, if you have premium, as in the speed. It just speeds up really fast. So if you're like, oh man, it's like an hour long or 45 minutes long, you can watch this in times 2, and it just makes things faster. I do that sometimes for the gardening videos that I watch. And then yeah, because sometimes I probably speak really slowly, and you're like, I can listen to that in fast forward. So hopefully you have a nice weekend. It's beautiful. I have 1 week of school left. Well, actually I'm done on today's Saturday and I'm done on Thursday, so it's very exciting. I will be able to obviously do more videos once I'm off work, and do a lot of updates for the front yard where I'm hopefully ripping up grass and making new beds, and anything that is extra in this bed I'm just gonna move over there. Like I might even move the peonies over there so that they can get like more full sun and just be happier, or not. I don't even know. There's like a big spot that's full sun there for this 8 hours, and there's a lot of shade too closer to the house, so it's kind of a good spot to put anything that overgrows in this space can go in the front yard, so like that's really nice. And then just getting rid of the grass because I hate grass. All right, so yeah, that's I think it. That's the update. So I'll see you next time. Have a nice start of the summer.